It's just recording it. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Jake. So, how long have you actually been? Wait, which one are we doing?
Let's do the referral one.
Okay. So, like I was talking to you on the phone, I actually sat down with your brother last Wednesday, I think it was. Now, in that time, did he get a chance, or did you reach out to him? Because I know you said you were going to see what this stuff was about.
No, I didn't talk to him. We've been real busy.
That's not a problem at all. So, like I said on the phone, my name is Tyler. I'm from National Income. We are a company that partners with the unions, like the one that your brother is a part of. And because he was able to take advantage of the program, he was able to extend some of those benefits out to some friends and family members. And your name was one of the ones that he picked. So today, my job is going to be simple. You're going to receive a $2,000 accidental or no cost $2,000 accidental death and dismemberment policy. I'll witness your signature establishing your wife as a beneficiary. You'll receive a health services discount card, child safety ID kit, which goes hand in hand with the Amber Alert system, and a family information guide, which is a roadmap to all your important benefits. So you're going to fill in your own time, but I'm going to show you how to fill it out in a few minutes here. And then lastly, there is an additional package of benefits made available through his union that I'll walk you through. And if you like it, great. If not, it's not a big deal. They do ask that you do make a choice today, so yes or no, but don't worry too much because it is a very simple benefit, and you will know within 15 minutes of me going through all this stuff whether or not it's going to help you out. So does that sound fair?
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Perfect. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play a video for you and explain the relationship between my company and your brother's union. Play the video. So does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Perfect. The first thing I have for you is the $2,000 accidental death and dismemberment policy. So in the event that God forbid something happened to you, you're covered for $2,000 on or off the job. Doesn't matter if it's a house fire, explosion, a beam falling on you at work, because I know you do construction, so that's a pretty dangerous job. So no matter what happens, you're covered for $2,000 if one of those things happen. Your wife will receive the $2,000. Now there also is a dismemberment portion of it. If you lose vision in both your eyes, hearing in both your ears, both your hands or both your legs, you're also covered for $2,000. It's partialized for one of those. If you lose one eye or vision in one eye, one ear, hearing in one ear, etc., you'll receive $1,000 or $2,000. This isn't something everyone gets rich off of, but I've never seen anyone turn this down. It's a free $2,000. So what I need you to do is I need you to sign here, establishing your partner as your beneficiary. I need you to fill this left-hand side out, put your name, sign here. Great. Now, they also do want 2 contingent beneficiaries in the event that something God forbid happened to both you and your wife. These should be 2 people that you trust the most, somebody who's local, outside the household, and over the age of 18. So who are those 2 people going to be? I need their name, number, town they live in, and their relationship to you. Write it all down. So I do ask a favor of you guys. Just make sure to give them a call or shoot them a text and let them know that they are listed as your beneficiary. And as such, my company extends to them a $2,000 no-cost policy as well. Let them know that I'm going to be calling them if I get a chance. I'm really super busy. I don't want them freaking out and me calling them thinking that something's wrong. It's just a follow-up to make sure that they get their benefit and that they get taken care of, okay? So the next thing I have for you is something that is very critical because it deals with the safety of our children. Child safety ID kit. Now, parents tell me that their biggest fear is having their kid abducted. We've all been there. One minute we look around, they're not there, we're freaking out. The next minute they come running up to us, not a care in the world, but we're still panicking. Something that can stem from that is if your kid is taken, God forbid, you're going to be scurrying around trying to get all this information to give the authorities, and you might miss something. This takes care of all of that. So in order to fill this out, you put the kid's name and date of birth, or day, month, and year. You complete this one right here on the front. You open it up, all the pertinent information: name, date of birth, eye color, hair color, age, weight, mom, dad's information, address, all that stuff. On here, left-hand side, you have an updatable photo, age, day, year, and month, or age they were in the photo, and time the photo was taken. Anything that's permanent, such as a name, date of birth, should be done in pen. Anything that's changeable, age, weight, height, that stuff should be done in pencil. Change it around every 6 months, probably right around the time the clock's changed, making it easier for you to remember. Open it up, You have a physical description. This is how the authorities identify the kids as quickly as possible. Any kind of birthmarks, scars, tattoos, piercings, anything like that. Make sure to fill that out. Over here, you have a DNA sample. This is where you pluck a hair straight from their head. Make sure that the white follicles there, because that's what DNA is. Don't do it though when you get mad at them, or you might get 3 or 4. On the bottom here, this is where you do fingerprints. Go from left to right. It's messy, so do it around bath time. This black strip here is the ink, peelable on both sides. Close it up. On the back, this is where you guys talk to your kids about the dangers of strangers, what to do when they lose you in public, calling 911, things like that. Now, when we sat down with the International Union of Police Association, we told them that we would get this out to as many families in the community as possible. I am the only agent in the valley and south of the valley. So the chances of me sitting down with all of these people are incredibly slim. So what they allow you to do is just pick up to 6 families who also have kids in their homes to also receive these kits. But remember, you can only pick 6. So who are those 6 families going to be? Boom. Great. Now just remember, at some point today or tomorrow, give them a shout and let them know what you've done for them. Okay? Perfect. Now the next thing I have for you is the Best Benefits Discount Card. Now this is going to help you save on things like vision, dental, hearing, prescription drugs, all the way up to 60%, whether you have coverage or no coverage at all. If you have any kind of out-of-pocket cost expenses, this can help you save money. Now, the basic program, which covers everything I just talked about, is $6 for the year, and the gold program is $24.95 for the year. Gold program covers everything in the basic program, with chiropractic plans, vitamins and nutritional supplements, travel assistance, and a 24-hour nurse line should you ever need something like that. Now, if you open it up here, here's the number for the nurse's line, and if you open it up to the middle, this is where you would fill it out if you decided to enroll. The number is here, and the website is here. The website has a larger list of stores that accepts the card, so it's at least definitely worth looking into. So the last no-cost benefit that I have for you is the Family Information Guide. This is a roadmap to all your important benefits. This is basically a precursor to Well. Your family is not going to be coming into your home looking through all your stuff. Instead, they're going to find this. Now, the way that you fill this out is, Jake, your information is right here. Now, are either of you veterans?
Yes.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for your service. I know what it's like because I am the only male in my family that's not in the military. So I appreciate it very much. So you would fill your veterans information out right here. Now, for your wife, she would put her information right here. Now, the person's to be notified. Now, under normal circumstances, you would probably be taking care of each other's final arrangements. However, God forbid something happened to both of you at the same time, these would be the 2 people you would trust the most to take care of your final arrangements financially. If you have anyone in mind yet.
Yeah.
Who?
My significant other. Mother.
Okay. Now, is there anyone else? Maybe like a brother or a sister?
My brother.
Okay, perfect. So then when you figure that out and discuss it with her, you write that information down. Now, the next part is the I can't remember what it was.
That's the Old Testament.
Oh, that's right, that's right. So now the next part is the last one, testament. Do you have a will set up yet?
No.
That's okay. Not many families I sit down with do. But it is important that you get it taken care of as soon as possible because New York State is a probate state. And that means that when you pass, you can seize a portion of your assets before giving them up to your friends and family and whoever else is listed as your beneficiaries. You don't have to wait, however. You can actually go online to a place called LegalZoom and fill out an application. It costs about $60. Or if you give me a call in a few weeks, my company does free will kits. I'll set one up, I'll drive out to you, teach you how to fill it out, and that'll be taken care of. It'll save you anywhere between $500 to $3,000. Now, the next portion is the life insurance and estate information. This is probably the most significant part on here because this is where you would put all of the life insurance policies that you have under one umbrella. A lot of families I sit down with do have life insurance, but their kids don't know about it. Last year in the state of New York, $1.4 billion went unclaimed in life insurance. I wish I got a cut of that. Now, First thing you would do is you would put national income, the policy number you're going to receive in the next couple of weeks, mail, and the $2,000 you just received from me. Now, if you have any kind of other private or group life insurance to work or anything else,
Yeah, I got a few of them.
where are they from, and do you know how much they are?
They're in the safe somewhere.
Gotcha. So make sure that you figure that out, because if you don't know, things like that can happen.
You're fine.
Now, for the financial institution information, you put your information right here. Now, do you bank through a credit union or a regular bank?
Both.
Great. Now, which two?
Empower and Pathfinder.
All right, then you would put Empire right here for your FCU, and you would put Pathfinder right there for your regular bank. Now, funeral insurance request. This is not something everyone wants to talk about every day. I get that. But it is important that you get it taken care of ASAP, because you never know what's going to happen. Now, if I was to put you on the spot right now, would you want a burial or cremation?
Cremation.
Okay. Now, you would fill out cremation, and you would put the rest of this information, you sign it, you date it, make copies, give it to your family. This is not a legal document. It's just an organizer. This takes out all the guesswork of having to deal with things like this. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
You guys are definitely going to fill this out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, there are, now on to the next part. There are 3 qualifications you have to meet in order to qualify for the program that is being offered through the union. The first one is you have to be in good standing with your union, or you have to be recommended in by somebody who is. You are already recommended in, so that one takes care of it. The second one is everything I'm going to show you going forward is going to be based off of 1 hour of the work week. This has to be affordable, or else it does not make sense. Third qualification is that it has to be able to take effect immediately, and you have to medically qualify. A lot of the members that I sit down with really want this, but they can't have it because they just have too many health issues. So this is your open enrollment. So I need to ask some medical questions. So the best way to do that is to just jump right in. Some of these may seem redundant, but I want to make sure that I have all the information correct. All the information. Now, like I said before, everything I'm going to show you is going to be based off an hour of your work week. So what do you make per hour, low ball before overtime?
$20.
Perfect. Now, I'm going to hit submit, and it's going to show me what you guys qualify for. Spend a few minutes building a plan. So what do you guys like to do for off time? I saw you guys like to hunt.
Hunting, fishing.
Have you got anything this year?
No, man. Not yet. I haven't got a chance to get out there, man. Working too much.
Gotcha. Same with me, man. It really is. I feel you. So this is actually what you guys qualify for. So if you decide to enroll in the program, your contribution to this program is going to be $19.75 a week. Now, why is anything $19.75 a week? The idea behind this is what they call the hour of power. You take the first hour of your work week, you pay yourself, and you take the other 39 hours plus any overtime you have, and you do whatever you want with it, but you can sleep at night knowing that everything is protected and all the gaps are filled in. The whole idea is I was to come to you right now and telling you I'm putting you on a 41-hour work week. If you only had to work 40 hours, would you take that extra hour that I gave you just to go buy a brand new Ferrari? Probably not. But if I took that hour away from you and flipped it on its head, would you have to sell everything that you own just to make ends meet?
Nope.
So we can both agree that 1975 wouldn't change too much around here. That's why they come up with this number. It has to be affordable, or else it doesn't make sense. So you see how this works?
Yep.
Perfect. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been on the financial side of planning for a funeral?
No. You're
one of the lucky ones then. A lot of them. So right now, an average funeral burial, traditional burial, costs around $14,000. Now, life insurance does not cover the cost of final expenses the way they used to work. What used to work is when you pass, Sarah's going to take your life insurance policy and hand it over to the funeral director. He's going to hold on to it for collateral until the insurance companies cut him that check. Insurance companies used to have 24 days to write him that check. Now they have up to 60 days. Why do you think that is?
Make money off.
Exactly. They can make millions of dollars off of holding just your one policy. That's pretty sleazy, isn't it? Now, there are 2 groups in the U.S. and Canada that are going around buying up all the cemetery plots and funeral homes. SCI out of Texas and Alderman Group out of Canada. Now, the only reason I mention this is because it's their corporate policy to charge 100% upfront of all final expenses. I don't know what your current financial situation is like. Most families I sit down with don't have 8, 9, 10 plus branches laying around. And those who do want to use it for homes afterwards, bills, payments, and everything else. That's why so many families get slammed with so many out-of-pocket cost expenses. That's why they've come up with this. This is a freedom of choice certificate. The way this works is when you pass, Sarah's going to take this to any funeral home in the U.S. She's going to flip it over. She's going to discuss that price tag. It's $7,500.
Come in. You want them on? Yeah, please. Keep going.
Oh shit, they're here. So, so when you discuss that price tag, that cremation is going to be $7,500. Now, when you're going to fill it out, sign it, walk away, be with your kids, be with your family, no out-of-pocket cost expenses as long as you pay that number under $15,000. Now remember that number because it's important, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, when you walk out of that office, the director is going to flip this piece of paper over. He's going to call this number right here. He's going to ask 2 questions. The first one is, are you enrolled in the program? When I leave here tonight, you will be. The second question is, how much money do you have to work with? Now, if I told him you had that $15,000, how much do you think that cremation is going to cost?
50,000, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get that paycheck. And that's not fair now, is it? It's not going to work like that, and we won't let it. We do because we ask that you never reveal that number, and we never will either. We cut him a check for that 50 or that $7,500, and we cut you and the kids remaining balance. It's the simplest, cleanest, most compassionate way to deal with what's going to happen to all of us. This is like a pre-arranged funeral. They're great on paper. However, this is permanent and portable, and that pre-arranged funeral is not. If that funeral home goes under, all that money that you put into it is going to be thrown out the window. You see why this is important to have? Perfect. Now, what is the worst thing that you have to go through as a parent? Having your kid taken. The only thing that's worse than that is having to bury your kid and not having the funds to do so. That's why they've come up with this. This is the child rider. What this does is it puts a $10,000 whole life policy onto the kids to take care of the final expenses. God forbid something happens to them. But the best part about this is that when they turn 21, they can convert that $10,000 to $50,000, no medical questions asked. That means if something nasty happens, like cancer, obesity, high blood pressure, anything like that, they could become uninsurable. This guarantees them that coverage. So we have your final expenses taken care of, and the kids' final expenses, which they can turn into $50,000 for the price of a pizza a week. Now, the chances of you passing away tomorrow are incredibly slim from any kind of disease or cancer. You are 9 times more likely to die in some kind of accident. So what this does is it covers you for $140,000. It covers you for $140,000, and it covers the kids for $8,000. If any of you guys were to be killed on or off the job, doesn't matter if it's a house fire, explosion, that steel beam falling on you, it's $140,000. Now, what is the most dangerous thing that we do every day?
Wake up. Yeah.
Close to it. Second most dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing is that we drive a car, just because of the sheer frequency that we do it at. Now, most insurance companies pull back the coverage the higher the risk. We increase it. You are both covered for $180,000, and the kids are covered for $16,000 if you guys are to be killed in any kind of privately owned vehicle, automobile accident. Doesn't matter if it's your fault, you're backseat sleeping, you're on vacation, whatever the case may be, $180,000. If it's a company-owned vehicle, it's $140,000. Now, what about anything you pay a fare to ride, like a bus, cab, boat, plane, train, Uber, subway, anything like that? You're both covered for $300,000 a piece, and the kids are covered for $40,000 a piece. So that's a check for $600,000 plus both of your life insurance policies for the kids if something were to happen in one of these events. So we have both your final expenses taken care of, both are a child rider on each one of the kids, and all of this accidental coverage for the price of pizza a week. Now, this next part is why most of our members enroll. Or living benefits or hospital supplements. This is why someone to stop killing you and just get you a little bit hurt. So let's say you're outside, you're shoveling, nasty winter, you slip, fall, break your ankle. Where are you headed?
Hospital.
That's the correct answer. A lot of people I sit down with tell me back inside I lose my mind. So now you're in the hospital. What is your typical copay on an emergency room visit?
$50.
If you're like me, $50 is $50. That's a tank of gas for me for the week. Now you're in the whole $50, and you're missing a few hours of work. So you're not going to have any income coming in. And chances are your wife's going to be next to you, so she's not going to have any income coming in. So what this does is it pays you $200 per occurrence anytime you go to the emergency room from any kind of accident resulting in an injury. It doesn't matter if it's a bee sting, a cut that needs stitches, poison ivy, anything like that, broken ankle, anything like that. We don't cover any kind of internal injury like tummy aches, headaches, or anything like that. It has to be an external factor. Unlimited occurrences. So let's say you're there 3 times this year, that's $600 tax-free. Now this next part is critical because let's say you're going down to that Walmart right over there on the corner and some idiot blows through that red light because he's texting and driving. Smacks in you. Now you end up in the hospital for 10 days. The bad things are going to start happening around here financially. First and foremost, you're not going to have any income coming in. Chances are your wife might not either because she's going to be by your bedside. But the bills are still going to keep piling up. And on top of that, you're going to have your medical bills from your states. So what this does is it pays you $400 anytime you spend overnight in the hospital, up to 365 days per occurrence. So you're in there for 10 days. That's $4,000. Think you could use it at a time like that? You bet you could. You bet I could. It's also tax-free. Doesn't go to the doctor. Doesn't go to the hospital. It's deposited straight into your account. So let's say you're in there for 10 days. That's $4,000. Then you come out and you're out for a month. And you go back in for the same reason or another reason. And you're in there for another 10 days. That 365 days starts all over again. So now this bottom part is if that accident ends up being a little bit worse and you end up in the intensive care unit. This pays you $800 a day up to a cap of 14 days if you end up in the intensive care unit. They cap it at 14 days because if you're in there for much longer, you're going to be using your final expenses. You don't lose the benefit, however, it just reverts back to the $400 for 365 days. It's also strike proof and layoff proof. If you go on strike, we pay our premiums for up to 12 months. If you get laid off, we pay our premiums for up to 3 months. What company do you know that does that? If you were to go to your car insurance company right now and say, hey, look, I'm on strike. What do you think that I can't really pay my bill this month? What do you think they're going to tell you to do? They're going to tell you to take your car off the road. You can get this bottom part right here from companies like Aflac, Aetna, or Combined, but that is expensive. It's like $60 to $80 a month. Now, that's option A. Option B is $15.40 a month or $15.40 a week. The difference between option A and B is that the whole life drops from $15,000 to $10,000 each. That makes sure that you guys still are able to afford your cremations and still have a little bit of wiggle room. Both have the child rider still attached, covering your kids for $10,000 when they turn 21, $50,000, and then you have all of this accidental coverage, $140,000 for both of you, $8,000 for your kids, any kind of on or off the job accident, $180,000 for both of you, kids $16,000 for any kind of accident.
All right, stop right there. All right, pause it.
There was no pause.
I'm just stopping. Okay.